Hey everyone, some guy who ranks stuff here, and today I think I'm gonna tackle the Generation 1 Pokemon, which I of course, well, not of course, but I grew up with this, and lately I'm just trying to have fun with the Sporkle quiz, if you've been there, sporkle.com, and try to remember all 151 original Pokemon, and write the names of them within a time limit. Um, I've been playing that a lot just for fun and just try to see if I can remember everyone because there's always someone I forget, which is really annoying. But this is a tier list of, this is how, like the way I want to rank these is based on how cool I think they are, like how much I like them. This isn't like a technical thing. I played Pokemon Generation 1, of course, but I've also played later Pokemon games. But I'm not too familiar with just how good all the Pokemon are, like the specifics to the attacks, the stats they have. I have no idea about the stats. So this is mostly just based on what I have experienced from the games, from the anime, and just how in general how cool I think they are, basically. So this one is made by, just to give credit, of course. This I didn't scroll too far enough. V Soma apparently on Twitter. So there's that. So yeah, this is basically what I think are the coolest Pokemon. There are Mega Evolutions here, which I wasn't counting on. I did play Pokemon Y, so I am familiar with some of these, but I'm not too familiar with those. Like everyone, I had Blastoise on my save file, so I remember that one. But there are some here that I just haven't seen before, so this is gonna be kind of weird, and I'll just rank them based on how cool I think they are right here and now because I'm not too familiar with those. I'll get to that when I get there. So what's kind of hard is to usually the evolutions are better than the first ones. So I think it'll be kind of difficult to, you know, you'd expect maybe Bulbasaur being lower than Ivysaur, but that might not always be the case with these Pokemon. I don't think that you saw that, but I just pressed the Windows button accidentally. So let's just start with Bulbasaur. Um, Not much to say. I think maybe Bulbasaur is just like kind of, yeah, he's adorable, no doubt. But I think Ivysaur maybe is a bit cooler, or maybe they're just about the same. Actually, yeah, I think they're both 8 here. Venusaur is actually, I wasn't too fond of Venusaur back in the day, but I think yeah, I've grown to like it more. I think it's one of the coolest Pokemon. The Mega Evolution, didn't see it much in game, but I see it here now, and I think it's not worse than the the original evolution here. So Charmander, I guess all Gen 1 starters are about the same. Charmeleon is kind of cool, but he's such a dick in the anime, so I'll just put him in B instead. Then we have Charizard, as of course a super favorite. Many people claim it's an overrated Pokemon. Maybe it is, but come on, it's a cool Pokemon. It's definitely one of like it's on the same level as these. And when it came to like, I have this friend. We decided to get Pokemon X and Y. Like we would each get our own version, so we could trade and try to collect all the Pokemon. And we decided that since this is the Pokemon X Mega Evolution, we decided that the one who wanted to pick Charmander for the game would have to get the X version because this is a super badass looking Pokemon, or Charizard. I think maybe it's actually the coolest Pokemon in Gen 1 when you count the Mega Evolutions in here. Like this version is super awesome. This one's cool too, so it goes in the top tier. Squirtle, both Squirtle and Wartortle go here. The original Blastoise I absolutely love. The Mega Evolution one, not as cool as the original one. I think maybe actually I'll put him down here. That huge bazooka on his back is just it's just too much. I think this one was more than good enough already. I think Caterpie. there's nothing much to say about it. Metapod is like a lame Pokemon. Harden is just about all it does. It's all it does in the anime. It's all it does in the game. If you actually catch a Metapod and non-evolve, like if you don't get a Caterpie first and then evolve it, it's just a hardened Pokemon. It sucks. It's annoying. Butterfree is a really cool Pokemon, and I appreciate that it's one of the like the earlier. You get Butterfree in level 10, I think. It evolves at level 10 from Metapod to Butterfree, and to have a Pokemon that early to learn a psychic move like Confusion was really awesome. I think. Weedle is well just about the same as Caterpie. Kakuna is actually cooler than Metapod, but they're just about the same. Beedrill isn't as cool as maybe it's cooler, but maybe not the same as Butterfree. The Mega Evolution is something I don't remember. Why doesn't Butterfree have a Mega Evolution form? That's weird. I think I put them both here. Pidgey is, well, yeah, down here. Pidgeotto is, I guess here. Pidgeot is kind of the same. Well, it's actually cooler than Butterfree, but I think I'll put it here. This might be, like, the ranks are a bit weird. Maybe I'll change something as we go, but I'm not entirely sure if I'm doing this correctly as to what I actually think, but I'll try to do my best. The Mega Evolved Pidgeot is actually real cool, I think. Rattata isn't too cool. Raticate, yeah, it's about the same. Now Spearow is a cooler bird than Pidgey, I think. Fearow is actually lamer, to be honest. I'll put it down here. Ekans, too bad, but Arbok is really cool. Big Pokemon. Pikachu, I mean, oh, so this is the female one. It looks like the edge of the tail here is well, kind of like, I can't remember how it all works. Pikachu is like the true mascot for Pokemon. Of course, he goes into the top tier. I think Raichu is cooler, actually, but they're both up there. But I also kind of like Sandshrew is at least up here, and I think Sandslash is at least up there as well. Yeah, maybe not like among the absolute coolest, but yeah, I think it belongs here. So, okay, so there are some pronunciations here that I'm not sure about how you say it in English. So used to saying these words, these names in like sort of a Norwegian way. So Nidoran, not sure if you say Nido or Nido, but I'll go with the Norwegian pronunciation, I guess. So Nidoran is the female one. Yeah, it's too cool, I think. I think I'll put both of them there, and those there. And Nidoking and Nidoqueen are actually they're not the top tier. I thought I was gonna have to put in the top tier after putting these two here, but of course there's another one right between. So yeah, I think they belong here. They're both really cool evolutions, I think. Clefairy isn't anything too special, I think. Neither is Clefable. Yeah, they both go down here. Vulpix and Ninetales, they are. Yeah, Ninetales go up here. Do you see everything there? Yeah, you do, of course. That's good. So we have Jigglypuff and Wigglytuff. I mean, Wigglytuff is lame. I think I'll put it down here. Does anyone have anything to really say about Wigglytuff? I might be wrong here, and I might be a little too harsh, but like Jigglypuff is the star when it comes to this. Both in anime, Jigglypuff has been in every Smash Brothers game, which is kind of weird when I say it right now. Jigglypuff has been in every Super Smash game. That's so strange, even the first one. But of course, Jigglypuff is the star of the show. Well, in some ways. but still an annoying Pokemon in some ways. But I just have to say that it's at least B tier for like the status it's got. Zubat and Golbat are both decently lame. I don't think. Well, just based on the annoyance in the game, in the jeez, what's it called? Like the Mount Moon cave. Might be wrong here. And Golbat isn't much better, to be honest. I think they both suck. Vileplume is actually a really good Pokemon. Maybe not too cool looking, but it's, as a Pokemon, I think it's a good one. Gloom isn't as cool. Oddish is, well, barely anything. So these are interesting when it comes to. I'm not sure what every Pokedex reads, but like I've heard how it's theorized or even explained in some of the games. Not sure, but how the mushrooms are kind of taking over. How fungus actually can kind of take over the mind of different creatures, which seems to kind of be the case in the evolution of Paras, because Paras has these two mushrooms. It grows and it evolves and has a huge mushroom on its back, and the eyes are actually missing its pupils in the next form. So that's actually kind of creepy, but also kind of intriguing. So it's kind of interesting, but yeah, it's not the worst at least. Paris is actually interesting just because of Pokemon Legends Arceus, or Arceus, not sure how you say it. Just because of how powerful and frightening they are in in that game. Venomoth, they aren't too special either. The bug type has usually been pretty lame, I think. But I'll get at least to one really cool one in this generation later. So Diglett and Dugtrio, so weird Pokemon. I think that I'll put them both here. So Meowth is kind of the mascot for Team Rocket. So of course, it's kind of like Jigglypuff. So I'll put it here. Person isn't really that much cooler, I think. It's an like an evolution, but yeah, nothing cooler. Psyduck is annoying in the anime. Golduck is kind of cool, actually. So maybe I'll put it up here. I think maybe Golduck is that cool. Yeah. Mankey and Primeape. Well, Mankey isn't too much. Primeape is actually a little cooler. I did like how he won the fighting tournament, didn't he? For Ash in the anime. Thought that was interesting and kind of cool to see him soften up a little bit from being this raging thing to actually being, well, somewhat nice in the end. Growlithe, I love dogs, and Arcanine I think is one of the coolest. When I was younger, I just dreamed of having an Arcanine that I could ride to school. Would have been awesome. Poliwag is adorable. Poliwhirl is an evolution, and Poliwrath is actually a kind of cool one, I think. Now, what the hell is this? I just can't remember this Mega Evolution. Looks like a sage or hermit or something. Isn't too bad. Alakazam, I think, is one of the coolest Pokemon. It has a cool design. I mean, he's my favorite psychic type, I think. Abra is kind of annoying, but still not too bad. I think Kadabra. I mean, in the anime, the Sabrina episodes are actually really cool, I think. So it's too bad we don't see Alakazam there, but Kadabra was there, and well, I think I'll have to put Kadabra up here. But it's so weird. I kind of think like Machoke and Machamp are kind of similar, but yeah, I think Machamp goes up here, Machoke there, and Machamp here. Or he's kind of lame actually. He goes down here. Bellsprout, lame. In the anime, it's so weird how powerful he is in the Pokemon League. It's so weird, and Weepinbell isn't really that much better. Victory kind of a comic relief with James in the anime, which was fun, but it's not really that cool of a Pokemon. Tentacruel, I actually think, is really cool. It's a really cool Pokemon, and the episode with the gigantic one was exciting, I think. Tentacool isn't as cool, but yeah, I think I'll put it down here. Now, I think Graveler is at least up here, but I think Graveler is cooler than Golem. I think Golem is kind of cool with its head and being like this. It always reminded me of the Turtle Rock dungeon, Turtle Rock in A Link to the Past. But I mean, I think Graveler with like 4 arms, even though 2 of them are really short, is cooler than the Golem. And it's kind of weird how Geodude, like being the first one in the evolution, he's levitating or flying or whatever you call it. He's actually not attached to the ground, which is weird that he loses that ability as he evolves. So yeah, it's a simple design. Had the design been a little bit cooler, I think I would have put it up here in A tier as along with both Graveler and Golem. But yeah, I think it belongs here. Ponyta and Rapidash, like fiery horses, are actually really cool. Yeah, I think this is fair. So okay, another Mega Evolution I just don't get. I guess it reminds me of if you have played. Excuse me, I'm about to sneeze. It feels like it anyway. Oh, sorry. It's there, but it just won't come out. Okay, I think I'm past it. If you have played A Link Between Worlds, Zelda 3DS game, there are these creatures in the water temple. Is it just called water? No, it's called Swamp Palace, I think. It's the same as A Link to the Past. In A Link Between Worlds, there are these creatures that look like this. You can like pull out the creatures out of the shell with the hook shot and everything. They're weird. They're weird. Maybe not the worst, but they really are weird, I think. And Slowbro, I think it's really interesting how, like in the anime, and it's explained that when a Slowpoke evolves by having a Shelder clutch onto its tail, and then it even evolves along with Slowbro and becomes the thing on its tail. It's interesting, but it's never shown in the games. That's not how you actually get a Slowbro. But I think they're not that cool, to be honest. I think okay, because of the evolution, I think it's intriguing. It goes up there. Magnemite and Magneton, they're strange. I think I like Magnemite better than Magneton, to be honest. Put it like that. Farfetch'd, it's been criticized for being a lame Pokemon. I mean, it's weird. It's kind of cool looking just by itself, but the leak thing is kind of weird. I agree. I'll put it here. Dodrio, they're okay, I guess. Yeah. Seal and Dugong are. I think Dugong is at least more than decent. Grimer and Muck, I kind of think the same thing. I think they're decent Pokemon. So Shelder and Cloyster. Cloyster is cool, but well, it looks like if you know, you know. So the thing about, I mean, this Mega Evolution, I think it sucks. It's actually at least down here. So the thing about Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar, I love the 3 Pokemon. They're hilarious in the anime, and I especially think the Ghastly thing with that legend in the anime was really cool. But like Gengar is supposed to be the really cool and scary one, and in some ways it might be. But I think Haunter is cooler. Always liked Haunter more. Ghastly, I think he goes down here. I mean, I guess Gengar is the most powerful, and like the one is supposed to be the most dangerous one. But I just think when it comes to a ghost type, like this floating head with these points and two hands are a lot creepier than this chubby, jolly fella here. Jolly. I mean, yeah, either way, it's. I think it's. To me, this is how I rank these. Onyx is super awesome. Like this rock snake, a snake made out of stones. It's amazing, to be honest. Drowsy and Hypno are kind of weird. Krabby is okay. Kingler I kind of like. I like how it's got this claw that's bigger than the other one. The interesting thing, in my opinion. Voltorb and Electrode are both kind of lame. Execute and Executor are both super lame. I hate them both, to be honest. Cubone is really adorable. Marowak, I think I'll put them both up here. Cool looking Pokemon. Sad backstory. So weird, I think, how they work in the game with Lavender Town and everything. Very interesting, both of them, I think. I always liked Hitmonlee better than Hitmonchan, to be honest. Like kicking more than punching, to be completely honest. Lickitung, I think, is kind of lame. Coughing and Wheezing are both, yeah, just about here. Rhyhorn, really cool, like as a wild animal. I think it's a really cool looking one. Rhydon, I think, is a super cool Pokemon. Love Rhydon, to be honest. Chansey is decent. Tangela, I think, is decent. Kangaskhan, I haven't. Oh, Mega Evolution. That's right. You can actually get the kid out. That's amazing. I've always kind of looked over Kangaskhan because she is a normal type, but they're powerful and actually really cool looking for a power like for a normal one. I mean, so they both go there. I think Horsey and Seadra. I think Horsey goes there. Seadra's a little bit cooler. And Goldie and Seeking are both kind of lame. Staryu and Starmie are really unique, actually, especially for Gen 1ers, I think. Yeah, I think I'll do this. Mr. Mime is not that cool. So when it comes to bug types, as I was talking about earlier, Scyther is a really cool Pokemon. Love Scyther. We have Jinx. Kind of the same as Mr. Mime. Electabuzz is really cool. Maybe not among the absolute coolest, but really cool. Magmar, about the same. Pinsir is also a really cool bug. Not as cool as Scyther, but yeah. Well, it goes here, I think. This evolution is actually Mega Evolution, I should say, is actually really cool. I think I'll put it here. It's just about the first time I see it. I see now that you barely see the whole tier list, but I'll talk loudly as I go here and show you the Pokemon I'm talking about. So Tauros is one that I often forget when I did that Sporkle quiz. I used to always forget Tauros, that it even exists. It's a normal one. It's a bull. It's got 3 tails for some reason. Nothing special. Decent Pokemon. Magikarp. I mean, it sucks. It's supposed to suck. It's a crappy one. You can't even eat it, if I remember correctly. I seem to recall Meowth trying to eat one. It's like rock hard, rock solid. Goes down here. Gyarados, however, one of the coolest Pokemon, no doubt for me. So now I think I have to zoom out, because if I put more Pokemon in the top tier, you won't see anything at all. Maybe like this. So this is a Mega Evolution. It looks like I mean, I should probably try to look up some pictures of this one, but I think, like, is it still this Chinese slash Japanese dragon type, or is it just more like a um, like some sort of fish? I'm not sure actually. Um, Either way, Lapras is actually a kind of a cool. Looks like an ancient Pokemon. I like that. Ditto. It's okay. Now Eevee is a popular one. I do think all the evolutions go up here. I think I do like Jolteon the best, then Vaporeon, and then Flareon. But yeah, I think this is decent. Porygon, lame Pokemon. Omanite. When it comes to Asian Pokemon, I think this is a cool one. This is cooler. I think Kabuto. It's kind of look like a Metroid when I think about it. I think it's cooler. And Kabutops is one of the coolest ones. That's a really cool one. It's definitely better than all these three other ones. And Aerodactyl is also actually a really cool one, I think. This Mega Evolution looks awesome. Can't remember seeing it in the game, but yeah, it's a great one. Snorlax, I mean, it's kind of iconic. I'll go with A, nothing better than that. Zapdos is one of the coolest, I think. We have Articuno, which is a beautiful bird, and Moltres, I think, is the lamest one. It's, kind of like Fearow, not too different. Dratini, nothing too special. Dragonair goes in there, and Dragonite, I get that Dragonite is a popular one, but I just haven't really found it too interesting. It's just too how should I say, like, kid friendly. You have Charizard, which is like a more menacing looking dragon. Then we have this jolly old fella. Yeah, it's nothing too special. When it comes to the Mega Evolutions of Mewtwo, I think they both suck. I think they're bad. Like, I don't like the designs of them at all. Mewtwo by himself is a really cool Pokemon. And I think I'll put Mew in the A tier. So this is how I think I will rank all 151 Pokemon from the generation that started it all. So among the very best, we have the Pokemon X Mega Evolution of Charizard. We have Venusaur. We have the Mega Evolution of Venusaur. We also have the original Charizard and the Y version of his Mega Evolution. We have the original Blastoise, Mega Evolution of Pidgeot. We have Pikachu, Raichu, Arcanine, Alakazam, Machamp, Tentacruel, Haunter, Onix, Rhydon, Scyther, Gyarados, and the Mega Evolution of Gyarados. Kabutops, Aerodactyl and its Mega Evolution, Zapdos, and Mewtwo. So those are the ones I think are the coolest ones in Gen 1. So just remember that I this is just my opinion. I'm neither right or wrong. I'm just some guy who ranks stuff. So thank you for watching. If you have something, any ideas for how to improve my videos, leave a comment about it, and I hope to see you next time. So, bye.